He looks fine on paper. Good job, good numbers. People rely on him. He's not in crisis. He's just running on an operating system that's been quietly failing for years, and he doesn't have the language for it yet. He'd never call himself a therapy person. So what actually gets a guy like that into a room to talk? Turns out it's not about finding the right therapist. It's about what happens before the first session even starts. I'm your host, Susie Rains, and you're listening to Health Over Wealth in the U.S., the podcast that helps Americans find cash-based, client-centered care outside of the traditional insurance system. Health Over Wealth in the U.S. is produced by the Centered Care Directory for educational purposes only, not medical or financial advice. Always consult a qualified healthcare professional for your specific situation. Today's episode is about therapy, specifically why so many therapists have stopped taking insurance and why that matters more now than most people realize. This comes from Jake Ross, a licensed independent social worker and clinical social worker who runs the Ross Wellness Group in Powell, Ohio. Jake works primarily with men, high achievers, and burned-out healthcare providers, and his take on why insurance gets in the way of real therapy is one of the clearest explanations I've come across. Here's the thing most people get wrong. They assume a therapist who doesn't take insurance is doing it for the money. It's not about the money. It's about what insurance requires before the work can even begin. To bill insurance, a therapist has to assign a diagnosis on day one. That diagnosis goes into a treatment plan. And that treatment plan gets built around a company that isn't in the room, deciding how long the work should take. With cash-based therapy, none of that applies. Jake says two kinds of men tend to find their way to his practice. The high achiever, good job, good numbers, nothing that looks like crisis from the outside, just quietly running on empty. And the second one, the burnt-out healthcare provider, a physician, a nurse, a first responder, even another therapist who spends all day inside a system he doesn't trust with his own chart. That second one stopped me when I first read it. A therapist who won't file his own insurance claim for therapy because he's watched what happens to colleagues who ask for help through official channels. Let that sit for a second. There are also a few misconceptions Jake runs into consistently. That cash-based automatically means expensive for the sake of it. That men don't want to talk. That therapy without insurance means therapy without an endpoint. He addresses each one, and honestly, the answers reframe what privacy and control actually mean when it comes to getting help. If any part of this resonated, whether for yourself or someone you know, practitioners like Jake are searchable right now at healthoverwealth.us by location and specialty. Jake's full article goes deeper than I can cover in a few minutes here. The specific project-based structure he uses, the exact line he says to every client on day one, and why he insists none of this is a case against insurance-based therapy at all. It's a fit question, not a moral one, and his answer to that question is worth reading in full. You can find the complete article and search for Jake directly at healthoverwealth.us. If this episode gave you something to think about, follow the show so you don't miss what's next. Health Over Wealth in the U.S. You have options.